Archaeologists have discovered a huge ancient city hidden underground in Mexico, which may give a better understanding of the Maya civilization.
It might be a new discovery, but archaeologists have uncovered the remains of a nearly 3,000-year-old city.
Known for their distinctive temples and cities which stood for centuries, due to factors such as war and disease, the Mayans faded into obscurity around 300 years ago.
In the lush, mist-covered jungles of western Honduras, near the Guatemalan border, lies the ancient city of Copan. More than 1,000 years ago, this magnificent Maya capital echoed with life. Towering pyramids pierced the canopy. Plazas were filled with ceremony and trade, and masterfully carved stone monuments recorded the triumphs of kings. But around 1,200 years ago, Copan fell silent. Its people vanished, its monuments were abandoned, and its once powerful dynasty collapsed. For centuries, scholars have debated the cause. Was it environmental catastrophe, social breakdown, foreign pressure, or something far more complex? A groundbreaking new study using ancient DNA analysis is now shedding dramatic new light on the rise, cultural makeup, and mysterious decline of Copan and the classic Maya civilization as a whole. Before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. For centuries, Copan was no ordinary settlement. Between AD 250 and 950, during the height of the classic Maya era, it stood as a major political and cultural capital, strategically positioned on the southeastern frontier of the Maya world. Yet its origins stretched much deeper. As early as 1000 BC, small farming communities settled the Copan Valley, cultivating maize, the sacred grain that Maya myths say humans were literally formed from. Copan's political golden age began in AD 426, when a charismatic outsider known as Kinich Yax Kuk Mo arrived and founded a new royal dynasty. Over 16 successive rulers, Copan became a powerhouse of astronomy, art, mathematics, and long-distance trade. But around AD 820, the political system collapsed. Construction halted, monuments ceased, populations dwindled, and the once powerful city descended into ruin. The new DNA study allows us, finally, to trace the human story behind this arc of rise and fall. Researchers from Trinity College Dublin analyzed the genomes of 7 individuals buried during Copan's peak. Their burials revealed deep contrasts. One man, labeled CPM-13, was interned in a lavish tomb near the Acropolis, surrounded by jade ornaments, finely painted pottery, and elite ceremonial goods, clear signs he belonged to the ruling class. Another man, CPM-12, was buried nearby, but in a posture consistent with ritual sacrifice, possibly offered to sanctify a political event or appease the gods. Despite their different fates, both men shared a Q1b Y chromosome lineage, a genetic signature passed from father to son. It is a lineage still common among indigenous peoples throughout the Americas, yet the two were not closely related, suggesting a broader, long-established male lineage within the Copan elite. The remaining 5 individuals, 3 women and 2 men, carried mitochondrial DNA haplogroups A2 and C1, maternal lineages found widely across the Americas. This reveals a diverse community where women from different regional backgrounds were integrated into Copan society. To build a clearer picture, the researchers compared these 7 genomes to a massive dataset of ancient and modern DNA from across the Americas. The results were remarkable. The people of Copan showed continuous roots stretching back thousands of years, linked to Maya populations dating as far back as the late Archaic period, 5600 to 3700 BC.
This continuity connects Copan's inhabitants to ancestors of Maya groups living today across Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras.
Yet Copan's story also includes change. DNA reveals a significant influx of ancestry from highland Mexico, likely from regions such as Oaxaca, the homeland of the Zapotec civilization. This genetic integration began around AD 250 to 550 and intensified over time. At Copan, highland Mexican ancestry made up roughly 6% of the genetic profile, suggesting that outsiders, possibly merchants, nobles, or allied elites, joined and blended with the local population. This fits archaeological evidence showing Copan's extensive contact with cities such as Tikal, Quirigua, and Teotihuacan. Isotopic analysis, which studies chemical signatures in teeth to determine where individuals grew up, further shows that many elite residents at Copan were born elsewhere and migrated into the city. Even Kinich Yaxcook Mo, himself, the founder of Copan's royal line, may have been one of these foreign-born leaders. This mix of local and outside influences enriched Copan's culture, fueling its artistic and architectural brilliance. But in times of stress, it may have also contributed to political tension. Genomic techniques also reveal the demographic journey of Copan's population. Using identical by descent analysis, researchers found that the population expanded dramatically during the Classic period, reaching an effective size of nearly 19,000 people around AD 730. The real population was likely far higher. This booming growth was made possible by highly efficient maize agriculture, the lifeblood of Maya civilization. But this same dependence on maize created fragility. As the population swelled, farmlands were stretched to their limits. Soil degradation intensified. Fields struggled to support the city's demands.
Genetic evidence shows that by around AD 750, Copan's population began to plummet, a decline that directly overlaps with the collapse of the political system by AD 820. Environmental pressures added fuel to the fire. Severe droughts between the 9th and 11th centuries devastated maize fields, leaving communities desperate for food. Archaeological evidence of famine, skeletal stress markers, and crop failure all support this. Political instability further weakened Copan. Rival city-states like Tikal and Calakmul fought for dominance. Alliances shattered. Civil conflict erupted. And within the city itself, social inequality may have accelerated unrest. The contrast between the rich burial of CPM 13 and the simple graves of commoners paints a picture of a society increasingly divided between elite opulence and everyday hardship. The study's broader implications extend far beyond Copan. The Q1BY lineage links the Maya to the earliest migrations across the Bering Land Bridge more than 15,000 years ago. The maternal A2 and C1 haplogroups form part of a vast genetic network spanning from Alaska to Argentina, testimony to the deep, interconnected history of the Americas.
Yet despite these revelations, the study is only a beginning. Larger DNA samples from other Maya centers could reveal regional differences, shifting patterns of migration, and new insights into how climate, politics, and culture shaped this extraordinary civilization. Future breakthroughs, from analyzing ancient pathogens to detecting DNA methylation patterns linked to drought stress, could open entirely new windows into Maya life. We may one day map the movements of families, trace diseases along trade routes, or uncover how environmental changes left signatures on the very genomes of the people who lived through them. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Maya history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your support helps us keep exploring the mysteries of our ancient world.